Arqam, welcome to Out and About magazine. It is such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're going to start off nice and easy.
Super.
So just know that all my questions are super easy.
Fantastic.
They're all things that you can answer.
Fantastic.
So let's start with, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Arqam. I'm an Emirati soul musician. I do some old school music, I suppose, with a touch of the modern, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. I like to think my music is soulful. Not necessarily soul music, but soulful in terms of the subject matter I tackle is things that I believe wholeheartedly in. Love, life, purpose.
Okay. And do you have a specific genre that you are more driven to, you would say? Or
Genre? I mean, I love listening to Motown, Boyz II Men, soul, neo soul, that kind of thing. I would like to have more diversity in my music in the sense that I like to have a bit more, eclectic genres in my music. Have a bit of Lenny Kravitz vibes, Creed, Radiohead, and that kind of thing. But right now, I think you can describe it as soul music.
soul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We love soul. There's nothing better than some old school soul, especially.
I think everybody likes a bit of soul. It kind of reverberates, right? It resonates with people, so it counts.
It really does. So at this point in your life, you are doing music. Have you always been doing music, and are you doing anything else outside of music?
I've always been singing.
Okay.
I'll put it that way. I've always been singing.
Yeah.
I've necessarily been doing singing in public.
Okay.
I've been doing music on my own. I've had concerts in my shower for the last 15 years. But I've taken it seriously in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
In the last year and a half, the last 2 years, I started playing the guitar and the keyboard as well. And for me, it's a journey that I love because it allows me to create. The guitar now I can create different chords. I can create music with it. With the piano, the same thing. Although I'm not as good at the piano. I also do events, but since COVID, things have kind of slowed down. So I haven't really been doing too much in the event scene.
Okay.
So it allowed me to focus on music, to be honest. So it kind of worked.
And that's great. It gets you to focus on your passion.
Most definitely.
If you weren't doing music, what else would you be doing?
If I'm doing music,
Yeah.
I'd probably be back in the corporate environment.
Okay.
I've been doing events for quite a long time. I was working for different entities, doing events and sponsorship and evaluating different events, that kind of thing. So I guess if I wasn't doing music, I'd be back in that life.
Okay.
I wouldn't have. Yeah. Music was a new choice for me.
And what motivates you?
Purpose. I feel like we all have a purpose. And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I believe in the supreme being, Allah. Other people might believe in Christian or whatever it is. Jesus, different religion, whatever it is. But for me, it's always been understanding why we're here. And I think there's a lot of songs that the question is in the song. What we're here for, what we're trying to do. I feel like purpose drives me to make music. I listen to people like Bob Marley, for example. Bob Marley, his songs, they had a message, redemption song, No One to Cry. They all have messages, the deep songs. They weren't talking about WAP.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, but he had a message, and the way he delivered his message was powerful, and the message behind it was also powerful. So for me, I think purpose is what drives me, trying to do something I believe in.
And what would you say is your purpose?
I would like to think sharing what I've learned, trying to be a good person is it's a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. How you treat other people, how you treat other living beings, not necessarily just people, other living beings. That has to have some sort of. And I was talking to someone about this. Sort of a different tangent. I talked to someone the other day. The way to worship is not necessarily just sitting down and praying 5 times a day, but it's also how you treat other people, how you treat life. That's all a form of worship to me, at least it is. So my purpose is to live within those guidelines. How you treat people, how you treat animals, how you treat living beings, how you treat your environment. I'm a big sustainability freak. Although I'm still trying to get to a point where I'm self-sufficient and sustainable, that's the kind of journey that I like to get into.
Fab. Now, how would you describe your creative process? So when you go to write music, and do you have any kind of rituals that you do, or how would you describe your process?
I don't have any rituals per se. I do spend a lot of time. I don't want to say I'm a loner, but I do like to spend a lot of time at home on my guitar, on my music. I listen to different music. I have a little cat that that inspires me. My little muse.
Yeah.
But and again, I think recently because of the guitar and the keyboards, I've been trying to mess around with that. My process really is creating melody first, and then lyrics go with that. So a lot of times I won't really know that I'm writing. I'll just be playing a number of different chords, and the song just comes out. And then I'll write it down. That makes sense. And then I'll write it down. Then it evolves from there.
Yeah.
So I think it goes so hand in hand, the melody and the lyrics, and it sort of evolves into a song.
Okay, so if I gave you a beat, would you vibe on the beat?
Make a song right now. Make a song right now.
If I could, I would, but I'll be rubbish, so I'll leave that one.
You don't know until you try.
I love music.
Yeah.
I absolutely love music. There's nothing I wish I could do more than sing. And I remember my son, when he was much littler, would say to me, "Mommy, don't sing." Now, you said you started music about 2 years ago. So that means you've been, in 2 or 3 years, you've been on a journey. Yeah. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
Address your fears. I feel I've never really liked public speaking, and that kind of held me back because a lot of performing, a lot of doing music is doing public in front of people, and that kind of held me back because I was scared to do that. I was nervous, so it would make me very nervous. If I could speak to myself back in the day, I'd address most of my fears. Allow myself to grow. I think
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to step out and do something that they're probably fearful of? Because saying address your fears is quite easy to say address your fears, but actually stepping out there is kind of the more challenging bit.
So if you try to dissect that a little bit, my fear was that I'd mess up and people would laugh at me, or people would judge me, and that kind of thing. That was my fear, really. So I think for a lot of people it's the same thing, where people don't want to be judged by other people. What would they say about me? I don't think you need to worry about that, because at the end of the day, people will talk either way. Do something that you love. It will show in your work. That's what counts. That would probably be my advice. Do what you love. It will show. People don't like you now. They will when you will shine. Do what you love. You behave differently. You act differently when you enlightened by what you love.
Yeah.
Okay. Put it that way.
Now you do soul music. You're a Motown kind of guy, but you're also an Emirati.
Most definitely.
So for the average person, those things don't go so hand in hand. Like, kind of people more expect you to be singing in Arabic, but you sing in English. It's a little bit different. Do you think you have advantages or disadvantages around being an Emirati that sings outside of your mother tongue?
Yeah. That's a great question. I think there's an advantage and a disadvantage.
Okay.
Advantage because I suppose people expect me to sing in Arabic and they hear it in English, and so it's almost like a surprise. It's almost like a USP, things like that, where you set the point. A disadvantage because, again, I would like to present my culture in Arabic as well. But I feel like my values and principles are also part of my culture, and that comes out in my music. So that kind of balances each other out. There's an advantage and disadvantage, but I mean, this is 2021. It's a small world.
Yes.
We're influenced by so many different cultures, from different musics, from different world. Afrobeat. Now we have people from across the world with playing Afrobeat or listen to Afrobeat, dancing to Afrobeat.
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like the world's changed. It's changing slowly. We're becoming a global community as opposed to, you know, separate different cultures. So that's kind of evolution that we're going through.
Okay, yeah. And your voice. Let's talk about your voice itself.
Yeah.
Now, you sing in English and you sound amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you think you would sound as great singing in Arabic? Or not think, because I'm sure you sing in Arabic as well.
I have.
But how do you compare your...
I have. You know what it is? Singing in Arabic is slightly different. Because I listen to so much English music, I can improvise better in English when I'm singing than in Arabic. You know, Arabic is very specific in how you can improvise. It's very different. I can sing in Arabic, but I sound like a foreigner singing an Arabic song. You know, it sound like because I suppose the ad-libs and the runs I do are very English, not very Arabic.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. I want to be able to do Arabic music in my own way, as opposed to doing it, you know, the way I sound right now.
And how would you do it differently? That's quite interesting. Like, how would you do it differently to what our ears are currently used to?
Yeah, I think it's almost fusing what I've learned, listening to a lot of English music and a lot of the Arabic music, you know, a lot of the, you know, Aiden Menaheli, Singing Just Me, a lot of the Arabic musicians out there now, sort of fusing the two and see what I can come up with. But yeah, I think that's a whole different journey.
Okay, so that's, you know, we'll see in a couple of years, we'll see you doing some
maybe
of that.
sooner, but yeah, I'm definitely working on something like that.
Okay, nice. Now, in terms of your own music,
Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge you and ask you,
Sure.
what's your favorite song so far?
Oh,
and
wow.
Why?
They're all my babies.
Of course they are.
All my babies. But you know, the first song I sang was called, or first song I released, not sang, was called Growth.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because it was my first song. I think for me, the lyrics were what I felt at that time. Listening to it now, I know I would have changed a little bit, but I love that I was trying to be as honest as I could at that point. You know, I was trying to write as best I could, trying to sing as best I could, and it came out the way I think it is now. It's raw and it's real to me.
And guess what? That's my favorite.
Oh, really? Go.
That is my favorite. I could listen to that over and over.
Really?
And over again. Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Absolutely. When you said that, I was like, okay, well, maybe I've got a good ear for music or something, because I did like that. It was really raw, and I love that. And I love your voice, so I think I'd like your voice on anything. But I did like that. You know, you could tell it was.
That's one of my favorite songs right now. I think a lot of people like the song as well. I don't know if it's also because the drums in it, but yeah, for me, it's just the meaning of the song and the idea of growth.
Okay. Do you still sing that quite a lot, or do you find yourself, because you said, you know, you would have done some things a little bit different?
No, I still sing it a lot. I don't listen to it as much as I like to, only because, again, I think I'd be very critical of myself. But I do sing it a lot.
Okay.
And I trying to sing it differently.
You're trying to see, okay, this is the version I would have done.
That's what I should have said.
Yeah, but there you go. The song is called Growth.
Yeah,
so,
most definitely. That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to be better than we were yesterday. That's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea.
Couldn't have come up with a better title as your first song.
Yeah.
Together Let Go.
Together Let Go. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Together Let Go.
That was a collaboration with Sisters Grimm.
Yes. Tell us about that and your involvement there.
So that's a collaboration with Sisters Grimm. They are a musical company that does theater pieces, and they do a lot of their own original music. So we worked with them. I worked with them and another musician, God, as a producer. So we worked on that song. They wrote the song. I just had to sing it. But for me, it was very important that I was on a song that was positive. So to let go is really about the global community, like we talked about earlier. So yeah, we did the main chorus and it came out amazing. Like I love the way it came out, and the message was powerful.
Came out amazing, and not just came out amazing. The number of views
it did really well.
Amazing.
I think it was over 1 million views.
Yeah.
It did really well, and I'm proud to be a part of that.
I'm sure.
That project.
I am sure, because that is, you have a song that's over 1 million views already.
It's surreal. It's surreal. It's a milestone, but I'm looking forward to making more songs like that.
I'm sure you'll have millions more, you know, with millions and millions of views, because I think your voice on that as well was just amazing. Just
Thank you so much.
Really amazing. I am going on about how good your voice is. I know I am, but
you see my head going.
but that's because you do have an amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
And I think it's just because as well, we kind of don't expect, because you're Emirati, but then I look at you and I'm like, yeah, you sound like you have that voice. So, you know, just, you know, keep on, you know, using that voice.
Thank you so much. It's interesting. I didn't like my voice for a long time. I didn't enjoy hearing my voice, especially when recorded. I didn't enjoy hearing my voice. It was so strange. But again, it's facing new fears as well.
Yes. What changed?
It was accepting how I sound, accepting. Again, I used to listen to a lot of D'Angelo, music Soul Child, and to me, like, how can I sound like that, you know? And then I hear my voice, I'm like, oh, there's nothing like that, nothing like that. But I came to a point of accepting it, and I just sang a lot more and just allow myself to be who I was. I didn't want to be, D'Angelo anymore. Soul Child. I just wanted to be Arqam with a voice.
Arqam with a voice. And getting there, you know what? Getting there sometimes is the most difficult journey.
Most definitely.
You know, with anything we're doing, sometimes that's it. Now you've been nominated for a Black Excellence Award.
That's right. Yeah.
In the music category.
That's right. Yeah. Honest, an honor. Again, so surreal, humbled.
Yeah.
Definitely humbled.
What would it mean to you to actually win that award?
I think to be nominated as it is, I'm super humbled. I've already ticked off a milestone for me, the Black Excellence in that category, music musician. It's already been. It's. I can't ask for anything more. Winning is just, come on, guys, it's too much. I'm happy to be nominated. There's a lot of other musicians as well. MKO is also on there, and a few other musicians. To be in the same category is surreal.
Okay. Now, what's the dream?
To have people listen to more music. I think if I can reach more ears, that's really the idea. Right?
Okay.
I'm trying to get as many people to listen to the music. If it resonates, fantastic. If it doesn't, fantastic. But the idea is I want my music to resonate with people.
Okay.
So the more people listen to it, the more likely people can understand my message, where I'm coming from.
Now, in terms of your music and inspiration, who inspires you? Like, who do you kind of say, that's my musical inspiration? It can be more than one people. It doesn't have to be one person. But
as musicians or people around me?
People around you, musicians, like what?
With people around me, I think my mother inspires me because who I am today is because of her. My manners, you seen earlier. My manners, my values, my principles, I learned from my mother. She was always very adamant. The way she treats people, I learned from her. In terms of my sister as well, she's a star. She's a beautiful person. She does inspire me quite often. In terms of other musicians, probably Marvin Gaye, legend, Bob Marley, I mentioned it before, most definitely. Aretha Franklin, Etta James, the old school.
You're old school.
Boyz II Men as well, Boyz II Men for sure. As Yet, D'Angelo, Music Soul Child.
Yeah.
Music Soul Child, his writing, the way he used to write, he still used to perform. The way he used to write for me was incredible. It's a conversation, but it sounds so musical. So Music Soul Child was for me a big influence because I think 3-4 years all I sang with Music Soul Child. If it wasn't Music Soul Child, I wasn't interested.
He's got a great voice.
He does, most definitely. He's got a great vibe, and he does talk about women, but he also talks about things that are also relevant as well. So I like that. Mix of I suppose subject matter.
Okay, and we are almost at the end.
Super.
That was nice.
That was cool,
Nice and easy. We've
got
got
the cameras with.
Yeah, got lots more questions for you after. I'd love you to do a little song for us. But I always ask a similar question at the end, and that is, do you have a quote that you live by and why?
There is a quote. I can't remember who it was by, but it goes, "Be afraid to die unless you want a victory for mankind or for mankind." Yeah, and so it is. And to me, that was it hit me differently. I want to leave something positive behind when I do go. So for me, that was something that, again, purpose, that, links with the same idea, the same vein.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been such a pleasure. It's so easy to talk to you. And
appreciate it.
That's always the best thing for me about out and about is being able to meet people and talk to them, talk about their journeys, talk about where they want to get to.
Most definitely.
So it's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I hope I could help people with the message from music and this interview to get to where they need to be or want to be. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And do you know all the lyrics of Boyz II Men songs like I do?
Only the ones that I try to sing.
Yeah, like I know every single Boyz II Men song.
What's the End of the Road? Definitely. Water Guns Dry? Definitely. Yeah, I know those two for sure.
Yeah, all of
Everything
them.
else, I'm not sure which one. Mama, I remember Mama as well. That one.
If I want to get into a happy place, sometimes you're just in a mood and you want to get into a happy place.
Yeah.
My happy place is I can just go to YouTube, put Boyz II Men on, and I can sing every single
really?
song. All of them.
Oh, come on. Boyz II Men, they're a different level. The songs they sang, again, the subject matter was amazing. The voices were phenomenal.
All of those, just
the
everybody.
Harmonies,
the
harmonies.
Oh, love it.
Boyz II Men. They came here. Did you see them when they came? You gotta be in the front row.
There. Of course I was there. Singing my heart out.
Most definitely.
We were in a nice booth because I could not be next to anyone. Because then I remember my son saying, "Mommy, don't sing."
You had to be somewhere that's soundproofed.
Yeah, and not close to anyone, or not close to many people. But yeah, I was there.
Fantastic.
So all the crying, I felt like when I was 16 or 17 and Boyz II Men would come on and we cry. Yeah, but there was also the crying.
But come on, the legends. Yeah,
it was amazing.
Experiencing that in person, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
a lot of emotions involved there.
So, are you gonna do a little song for us?
Boyz
II Men?
No. I don't even prepare.
No, it can be any song. It doesn't have to be Boyz II Men.
Oh, I know.
Something that you like.
What did I say recently? Can't think of anything.
Growth?
Oh, Growth is fairly easy. Do I sing to the camera?
Yeah.
All right.
I know you don't want to sing to me, so you can sing to me or to the camera, whichever one you prefer.
I still get awkward when I ask to sing. I feel like, let me sing to you.
Yes. Come on.
All right. We let it all go. Your space, my time. I'm building something new with a light that I will find. Ascending past death's visions. In your mind, things never change. Those moments that made you, or that make you stay the same.
You done? Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for taking me up on singing.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.